Aside from shark attacks, one of our biggest fears as Gen X kids who grew up in the 70s and 80s was quicksand. So this morning, I got so excited when I saw for the first time ever in my 52 years a genuine news story about someone who fell prey to quicksand. Disturbing moment tourist swallowed by quicksand. A British beachgoer needed to be rescued after being swallowed in a 2.5-meter hole he dug himself. The major hole soon turned into a quicksand trap that caused his legs to sink and become stuck. Thankfully, the man was saved, but his rescue took a whopping 3 hours. That's not friggin' quicksand. Where the hell is their journalistic integrity? Where are the editorial guidelines? You can't fool us into believing that that is quicksand. Maybe Gen Z, because they've probably never even heard of quicksand before. But we know what quicksand is. That's not quicksand. You don't dig a huge pit in the beach and fall into it and call it quicksand. You don't create quicksand. Quicksand occurs naturally in the jungle when you're walking through muddy, squelching terrain that sucks your shoe into the earth. And then as you're walking, you start getting deeper and deeper in. And it's so thick and sludgy that you can't get out. And you find yourself sinking. And it turns out that you're in a pool of quicksand that's deep enough to drown you. I know because my brother had to rescue me from it all the time when we were role-playing as kids. We Gen Xers regularly had to witness our favorite TV characters getting sucked into the quicksand and having to be rescued with a stick or a belt or something. So we were always prepared for this eventuality when we were playing in the woods with our friends. So this appalling fake news story is not an example of somebody getting stuck in quicksand, but a drunken British tourist being a drunken British tourist. And given that that was the first ever real-life quicksand story I've ever seen in my life, I'm not sure now if it even exists, or if it was just something they made up for children's TV. Have you ever heard of anyone getting stuck in quicksand for real? What this has taught me, though, is the importance of being aware of misinformation. Because it's not just government and pharmaceutical industry that spreads dangerous lies.